This is part 2 of the second 9 weeks exam. Write an equivalent expression. 2.8 times the sum of x and 8 plus 4.6 times the difference of 3x and 3. This problem needs to be done at first in 2 different parts. We need to look to 2.8 times x plus 8. And then we also need to do the 4.6 times 3x minus 3, and we're going to do this using the distributive property. The distributive property takes the outside number of 2.8, multiplies it to all the terms that are inside the parentheses. So we're going to multiply the 2.8 times the x, and we're going to multiply the 2.8 times the 8. Now we want to take our 4.6 and we want to multiply it to the 3x. And we also want to take the 4.6 and multiply it to the negative 3, because the 3 is going to take on the sign that is in front of it. In doing so, we're going to do our multiplication, and we have 2.8 times x is 2.8x plus 2.8 times 8 is 22.4. Now we want to do 4.6 times 3x, and that is going to give us 13.8x. And now we have 4.6 times negative 3, which is negative 13.8. At this point in our problem, we're ready to combine like terms. Combining like terms means finding the terms with the same variable, like 2.8x and positive 13.8x. This is going to give us a sum of 16.6x. Next, we want to do our constants, which are the numbers without variables, and that would be a positive 22.4 and a negative 13.8. In combining these, we end up with 8.6. So our final expression is 16.6x plus 8.6. On these next 3 expressions, we want to write equivalent expressions for the following. In doing so, I want you to demonstrate what you know as subtraction being adding the opposite. And in order to add the opposite, we use the memory reminder LCC, which stands for leave, change, change, or you may have been taught KCC, which stands for keep, change, change. But this is just rewriting our subtraction as an addition problem. 25 minus 52 can be rewritten as 25 plus negative 52. 6.3 minus 4.8, if I write it as an adding problem, is going to be 6.3 plus negative 4.8. Our last one, 5 3/8 minus 2 1/4, if I'm going to write it as an adding problem, is going to be 5 3/8 plus a negative 2 1/4. Which of the following is equivalent to 7 2/5? We want to change 7 2/5 into its decimal equivalent. We have a couple options here. The first option is changing the mixed number 7 2/5 into an improper fraction. In doing so, we're going to multiply the denominator of 5 times the whole number of 7, giving you 35, but now we want to add the 2 numerator, which gives us 37 over 5. This improper fraction can now be placed into your calculator and turned into a decimal by dividing the numerator of 37 by the denominator of 5. 37 divided by 5 is 7.4. The mall charges 7.25% sales tax on clothes. If a shirt costs $D before tax, which expression represents the total cost of the shirt after the tax? This problem is asking us to find the total cost of a shirt after a given tax rate. If we look back and think about how we find the total cost, that is going to be the cost plus the sales tax. If we go back and look into the problem, we can find that the cost of this shirt is D dollars. So I'm going to replace cost with the variable D. And we're going to add to it the sales tax. Now, the sales tax is written as 7.25%. That is 7.25% of the cost of the shirt being D. 7.25% of D is a multiplication problem. Converting our percent to a decimal by dividing by 100 or moving the decimal 2 places to the left, we have 0.0725 of means multiplication D. And then we're going to include the rest of the problem that we're adding it to the cost D. Looking at this problem, we have a set of like terms. We have 1D plus 0.0725D. That gives us a total of 1.0725D, representing the total cost of the shirt after tax. That is option D. Samantha types an average of 50 words per minute. Which graph shows the relationship between words typed and the time she spends typing? Let's take a look at these graphs. If we're looking at the graphs for a proportional relationship, we need to remember that they first must hit the origin and second must be linear, meaning that they are a perfect straight line. If I look at each of these graphs individually, I can look at D and see that D is not a straight line. It has a bend in it. So D cannot represent the correct answer. If we look at C, C also has a bend in the line. So C cannot be an answer. If I look to B, B does not go in a straight line, so it is neither an answer. That leaves A. Further proof that A is the correct answer is looking at the constant of proportionality. We're told that Samantha types an average of 50 words per minute. I can check this by going through the graph. 250 over 5 will divide to 50. 500 divided by 10 will be 50. 750 divided by 15 is also 50, and 1,000 divided by 20, again, is 50. So the use of the constant of proportionality further signifies that A is the correct answer. Is this table proportional or non-proportional? When given a table, we need to be checking for the constant of proportionality. And in order to check for the constant of proportionality that we know to be K, is to divide the ratio Y over X for each pair of points. Now, on this problem, there is a significant thing that we can look at to determine that this is not a proportional table, and that is the point 0, 1. 0 must always pair with 0 because that represents the origin of the graph. So we must have 0, 0 as a valid point, and 0 cannot be with any other number. More proof is looking at y over x. Our first one is 3 over 1, and that divides to 3. Our second, 5 over 2, divides to 2.5. So this also shows that there is no present constant of proportionality within the table, so we have a non-proportional table. To make some extra money on the weekends, Dakota drives for the City Express ride-sharing service. During regular hours, passengers are charged a flat fee plus an additional fee per mile of the ride. This table shows the relationship between the distance in miles Dakota drives a passenger, X, and the amount the passenger is charged, Y. According to the values in the table, do X and Y have a proportional relationship? In order to determine the proportional relationship, we need to be identifying whether or not K is present in the graph by using the ratio Y over X. So starting with our first pairing of numbers of $22.40 per 5 miles, if we divide this, we get 4.48. Next, we want to divide another pair, so we'll go to the next set of $59.20 divided by the 15 miles. When we divide this, we get 3.946 repeated. Since these do not divide out equally, we can officially say that there is no proportional relationship within this table. Another hint that there is no proportional relationship within this table is in the problem stating that passengers are charged a flat fee plus an additional fee per mile. There is no addition in a proportional relationship. Something to keep in mind. Identify the constant of proportionality in each table. In order to find the constant of proportionality, we are going to divide y by x. Let's start on the table on the left. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Our next pair, 6 divided by 3 is 2. And our last pair, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So the constant of proportionality in the first table is 2. Let's go to the table on the right. And we want to divide these. 4 divided by 16 is 0.25. 8 divided by 32 is 0.25. And 11 divided by 44 is 0.25. So our constant of proportionality is 0.25 or 1/4.